Hi everyone, Professor Gustin here, and this is week one. This is your lecture and lab material for the week. Every week, in each module that I put up here, there will be an introduction video, and I highly recommend that you watch those videos. I actually make the videos each week. I don't roll them over from a previous semester. I try to give you updates on things that are occurring or feedback on things that happened. So make sure you watch these videos. I try to keep them short. This will probably be a relatively long one because it's the first week, and I just want to run you through and show you an example of how the semester runs. Okay, so each week you'll get the video. So here it says video, and I'm going to put this in here as soon as I'm done. So you click on your introduction video. Notice that when the typing is bold like that, that means that the activity isn't available yet. Notice this one it starts August 23rd, and I'm making this a few days before that. So once this becomes active, once we get to the start date, you can open that up. And remember, so here we have these external learning tools that any of those links that say external learning tool will bring you to the McGraw-Hill Connect site. You'll be able to find all of your virtual labs, all of your lecture and lab assignments, and your ebook. So all of these will get you to the same place. Look down here. Here's some virtual labs. Chapter 1. Oh, no, that's not it. That's your lecture assignment. See, that brings you to the external learning tool. All of these things, here's the virtual labs. All of them will bring you to the exact same place. I put them there so you can see which ones you have to do and check them off. Okay, so you got your introduction video. This is unique for this week, being the first week. There's a little video that McGraw-Hill makes, Introduction to Connect. So it's a short video, and it will just kind of show you a little bit about Connect and what it is. So definitely watch that. And then here I have a link for your lecture study guide. Each module, each weekly module will have its own lecture study guide. So I'm going to click on that, and you will notice that it will open up here. I'm going to get me out of the way. And I recommend clicking the download, and you can download this whole document. Now, if you try to print it right from here, sometimes the formatting is weird, and you might not want to do that. The other thing is the lecture study guide is where you're going to be taking your notes, or where you're going to record your notes. So here it says section 1.1 is from the textbook. And you'll go in there and you're going to describe the levels of organization of life. And it's in the textbook. And here it also tells you do the check your progress. And so I talk a little bit about that. It says answer question 2 in section 1.1. And then there's some vocabulary, and you're going to work on that vocabulary. And I do the same thing for section 1.3. So what you might want to do is download this and create some spaces here where you can type in your notes or you can handwrite in your notes. But I recommend downloading it and putting it into whatever word processing program you use, like a Word program. Okay, so get that. Let me show you something. I'm going to back up here. I can go back here, back to the scientific method, week 1. You'll also notice there's a download right here. If you click that download, it will download. It will put a link to this video on your computer. It'll download the lecture study guide. It will download the lab handout, and it won't download that. But it will also download all these virtual labs, or these lecture videos. I'm sorry. It will download the lecture videos. It will not download the McGraw-Hill stuff. But that's a great way if you want to work off the. You don't want to be working online. You just want to download as much as you can onto your computer or save it to your computer. You can do that too. So you can download there, or you can download each one individually by clicking it. So get your lecture study guide. I would print it out and put it in your notebook, and then you want to fill it in. And you can do that. I make lecture videos where I kind of talk you through the book and exactly those sections that you need to look at. Or you can just go to the book yourself. Go to section 1.1 in the book. Like I said, any of these external learning tool links will get you to McGraw-Hill Connect, and you can get the ebook there. I would recommend using the videos. I think it will be more efficient, and sometimes it's just nice to hear the words out loud and hear the concepts. So I try to break the videos down into small units so you don't have one big lecture that you can do a little bit at a time. When you're done doing that and you've filled in your lecture study guide, you watch that video, I can check it off. If you print your lecture study guide, you can check it off. Those checks are for you and you only. I have no knowledge. There's no way for me to know that you checked them off. It doesn't mean you did it. It's for your bookkeeping. It's not for me. There's no assignment that says check it off. Once you've got your lecture study guide filled in and you've reviewed it, you can go to this lecture assignment. Now, the lecture assignment is what we call an adaptive learning assignment. And notice here it says external learning tool. So it's in McGraw-Hill Connect. And what it is it will ask you multiple choice questions about what you studied in the lecture study guide. And you'll answer the questions. If you get all the questions right, it'll go relatively quickly, and it depends on how quickly they are. Some of these take an hour to do, so there's a lot of questions. It's a big practice thing, but if you get all the questions right, it goes faster. The idea is to review your lecture study guide and use this kind of as an assessment for yourself to say, what topics am I doing well at? What topics am I struggling with? And see how much you can remember. In the process of doing this lecture assignment, you will see, oh, I got a question wrong. There's a link that you can go right into the ebook, and it will bring you right to the spot where that information is, and you can reread it. So the lecture assignment is designed to help you learn the material as you're being quizzed on it. If you get a question wrong, it will add a couple more questions that are similar. So the more questions you get wrong, the longer it's going to take. The grade on the lecture assignment is determined by your completion. If you complete it by the due date, you get 100%. It doesn't matter how many questions you got wrong. So use these lecture assignments to quiz yourself and work on learning this material in the lecture study guide. If you are doing the lecture assignment and you get interrupted, you can stop and take it up again at another time. Whatever you've completed with the lecture assignment will be saved. You don't have to do the whole thing at once. So you can stop and start as many times as you want. Right here we have the lab handout. Each week we'll have a lab handout that will describe everything that you're going to be doing in lab. And I, again, recommend printing this out. Here's your goals. And I give you a little extra directions here. And so here's an introduction. I wrote these labs, so every single word in them is something I want you to know. So go through that. And here, the first activity is a virtual lab tutorial. And so these virtual labs, here's another virtual lab, okay? And then activity 3 talks about telekinesis. So I put a YouTube video there. There's no virtual lab, but there's a YouTube video. And then there's some questions about that YouTube video. And that's the whole lab, actually. It's a pretty short lab. Those virtual labs, the links to those, I'm going to collapse this just to make it neater. The links to the virtual labs are right there. So you notice that there were 2 virtual labs, this one up here and this one down here. So click on that lab when it opens, and do that activity. It will be in McGraw-Hill Connect. Since this is your very first virtual lab, every once in a while I get someone who's kind of confused about what to click and where to go. So I made a little video just to show how do you do these virtual labs. If you're having problems doing it, try it. If you're not having problems, you don't need this video. But I put this here in case you do have some trouble. Okay, so you can watch that video to help you with that. And again, the completion of the virtual labs will give you 100% of the grade. Okay, and if you're wondering how many points they are, all those points are listed in the syllabus. In the syllabus, I put these in as virtual lab VL and then whatever initials are in the title. So if you look on your syllabus in week 1 under lab assessment, you'll see VLT and it is worth 4 points. That's all in your syllabus. So if you complete this, you'll get 4 points. You complete it by the due date. And once you do, yeah, so anyway, okay. The last thing is for some weeks in lab, it's all virtual labs, but some weeks I also put in a lab quiz. The lab quiz is typically just some questions that are off the lab handout. It's my way to say, did you do the lab handout without grading the whole thing? So I randomly pick a few questions off the lab handout and have you put the answers in. So you can use your lab handout to take this quiz. So click on that quiz. That quiz is not a McGraw-Hill quiz. It's something in Brightspace that I created. Okay. So it says, review your human biology course syllabus. Oh, from the week, scientific method lab. There's 6 questions. In this lab, it says 4 of the questions are from the syllabus. So pull out your syllabus and make sure you look for those answers in the syllabus. And you can use your syllabus to answer the questions. I just want to make sure you look at the syllabus. Okay, and you have 30 minutes to take the quiz. I gave you plenty of time to do that. Okay, so that's a typical week. Once you complete all that, your grades for those will go into your grade and you'll start accumulating points. Okay. Hopefully that gets you through week 1. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm glad to help. Take care.